Yes, sir, this is the Raider Nation Report. Yes, sir, every Tuesday. Yeah, line is to the right. Yes, ma'am, VIP is to the left. Yes, the new mini bar is open. Absolutely, absolutely. Please say hi to the midgets on the way in. Line to the right, sir. To the right. Thank you. Yes, we do have a new smoking lounge in the back. Please enjoy yourself. Just past the new mini bar. Yes, VIP to the left, regular line to the right. Yes, ma'am, you have to be on a few weeks in advance. Let me know your name, please, and I'll check to see if you're on. Yeah, VIP, you can go ahead and start going in. Thank you. Appreciate your patience. Show will be starting very soon. These guys like to run a tight show. Just getting final things in order. Yes, Commish is in the house tonight. Yes. Yes, sir. Doors will be opening very soon. Apologize for the wait, sir. Any second. Enjoy the show. What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live as always from the friendly confines of Hardcore Town's live studios. You know where the fuck it's at, most of you, but if you don't, let me give you some simple damn directions, shall we? We're still down the street, past that house with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop at the corner and visit our man Joe. He's a gentleman, he's a scholar, he's gonna be dressed in silver and black, but he's gonna be looking down because motherfucker lost his mortgage and probably half the grocery money on the Colts game. So slip him what you should. He's gonna point you in the right direction. He's gonna tell you to take a left and then a right, and as you find yourself strolling down the street, minding your own goddamn business, you're gonna see this real sketchy fucking alley to your immediate right. Now, as you pass that alley, a cool breeze is going to hit you that chills you right to your skeletal core. And you find yourself asking, was that the autumn wind? Oh, you goddamn right. Should you venture down that deep, dark alley? Well, of course you should. Because what you're going to find at the end is a special little place that those of us the straightest a little to the dark side of Raider Nation like to call. Deep behind the enemy line, this is Raider Reaction. And as it is every Tuesday, this is the Raider Nation Report. A solid 60 minutes of everything silver and black. We got a lot to get into. I mean, the season's over, but it ain't over. We got one more game. I I get it. I get it in theory that it's probably better to lose because it helps the draft status. I get that in theory. But losing breeds losing. You don't want to lose to the Donkeys, okay? You've got a winning streak going against the Donkeys. So you want to go out and you want this win. You want this win. You don't want to lose to your fucking previous fucking scab quarterback. Fuck that. So it's over, but it's not over. I'm going to look forward to watching that game. I haven't missed a game live in fucking 23 years, something like that. So this one ain't going to be the first. I'll be watching. You'll be watching too. You know you'll be fucking watching. We hate the Donkeys. We don't want to go out on the donkey loss. Fuck that. Not at all. But we got to start gearing into fucking off-season mode here at Raider Reaction. It's unfortunate. No more post-game reactions. We got one more locked and loaded for this weekend after the Donkey game. But it'll be the last of the season. The last until the fall. Sad. But we're going to try to keep it entertaining here at Raider Reaction so that you guys still continue to come back. Fucking we appreciate each and every damn one of you guys that are out in the audience right now on any of our social media platforms that you're watching on, each and every damn one of them. We appreciate you all. We've got, so we're going to try to keep it entertaining. I've got a new contest that's going to be coming. Interactive contest. We're going to play it tournament style that I'm going to be unveiling right after the Super Bowl. So more info on that coming. I've been working on this shit for a couple seasons now, and I'm ready to bring it out. The failure of the Madden League forced my hand to fucking finally finish something else I'd started and never got back to. So, but this is actually something interactive that any Raider fan can participate in. So we'll be kicking that off after the Super Bowl. Fucking Raider Reaction. Saturday night fights. The second Saturday of every month. I'm changing it to the second Saturday of every month. We'll kick off the Saturday night before the Super Bowl. And we're going to bring a new twist. I always put a lot of production time in to the Raider Reaction fight nights to get them how I wanted. I just wanted them perfect. And, you know, to an extent, I think that was great. But I think I've gotten so good with running my own production live and doing a fucking show live that I want to do Raider Reaction Saturday Night Fights live too. So I'm going to be doing the calls live. They're not going to be pre-canned, pre-produced shows. I mean, they will be a little. I mean, obviously clips and stuff will be pre-produced and put together. But I will be doing the motherfucking calls live. So we will be having our co-main events, our preliminary fights, and our main events starting back monthly on the second Saturday of every month, and it will kick off on February 10th, the Saturday before the Super Bowl. So we got that coming. I'm bringing back Saturday night or Friday, bringing back Raider Reaction Black Friday. The week after the season is over, we'll be doing classic playoff games to follow along with the actual playoffs that are going on because fucking we got nothing else. Fuck it. I won't watch Raider football on the weekend. I don't want to watch the rest of this shit. So on Friday night, we'll kick back together. We'll watch a classic. And I think I may even pop in live on those like I used to old school. Here and there. And chat with you while we're watching the games. So we got that. So I've got a lot of things planned coming up to be more interactive throughout the off season and some things. And I do, for the gamers out there, we're not going to do Madden, but I've got some other things. I've upgraded the studio. We'll be able to do live game streaming from playing right there on the other side of this wall. The little arcade there in the green room. Any gaming that can go on there will be able to be streamed live, and I can be down in the fucking corner talking on it, doing commentary and all that shit. So we do got some stuff planned. So I've got things planned all weekend, all fucking... Dude, I've even put together... I can't even see that. Is it going to show it? My Raider Reaction task page checklist. It's got my fucking daily, weekly, monthlies. I've got a fucking plan for this motherfucking off season. I just hope the team that I'm fucking following is as organized as my ass. That's all I hope. That's all I hope. But I thank you, Carl. That's why you're one of the cool kids, Carl. You're one of the coolest kids out there. Straight up. Thank you. So, I know the season's over. And I've already kind of went through my emotional roller coaster and accepted it. I seen it coming like a freight train anyway. You know, I've been dealing with it for weeks. We seen it coming. We were on the fringe of being out for so long. So I've already kind of dealt with it, and I want to just kind of be a little more positive going forward and, you know, not dwell so much on the gloom and doom of the past and the death of the season as much as the life after the death. Is the rebirth is what I would rather not deal with and look at. The rebirth of the season. So, let's get into it. That's enough fucking foreplay. And it has a long motherfucking foreplay, but that's a lot of stuff I wanted to get out there. Fight Night's coming back. I'm excited to do Fight Night again, and I think the live aspect will be fun. So, fuck it. I'm gonna do some things and push the envelope this off season because, quite frankly, I'll say it. There's a lot of creators that are biting my shit and have been biting my shit for fucking 7+ years, dude. I'm telling you. I was the first motherfucker that came out and was running full-length classic games. Nobody else was doing that. Raider Reaction started by streaming the fucking preseason games. Nobody else was doing that at the time. We started as soon as Facebook live stream platform began, and we were breaking every motherfucking rule there was, pushing every motherfucking envelope, and people were seeing it in all of the groups because we were throwing it everywhere, and we had a whole fucking team that were throwing it everywhere. And every single fucking thing within like a week or so, I'd see somebody else doing it or somebody else doing it when nobody else was doing it before. And I'd be in the groups, I'd be like, why is nobody doing this? We should try this. And I'd try this, and then, so, you know, I've got some things I'm going to do. And the thing is, it's great. You know, I'm not a fucking genius. I just have decent ideas and I run with them. And other people see them and they want to run with them too. And they can they put their own spin on them. And that's how the world, works. Is everybody's influenced by somebody along the line. You know, I was influenced by somebody. I bit somebody to start this. You know, I seen somebody and I'm like, hey, I can do that, but I can do fucking better. So I went and tried. And so here the fuck I am. I don't know if I'm any better or not. Who the fuck knows? But, you know, everybody can do their own spin and put their own fucking whatever. So I just want to be real, raw, and uncensored, like we advertise. And that's what I plan to do this off season, is just continue to push the envelope with what we do here and bring real content, because everybody else can copy and do what they want and try to emulate. That's fine, but they ain't got me, so fuck them. Let's move on. I'm the X Factor, bitches. You can copy the script. Just can't copy the fire. Alright, moving on. Week 17 recap. The fucking death. The death of a season. God damn it. Damn it, Jim. Fucking Joe lost his house. Fucking grocery money. He's gonna be living in the garage. It's brutal. Brutal. To lose to the Colts, man. Because you got in 2021 in this kind of same scenario. Having to go through the Colts. You matched up really well. The defense could have helped out a little more. I was concerned, though. Gardner Minshew'd been on a little bit of a hot streak. He'd hit a downturn. He's the type of quarterback he's not going to stay hot all the time. He's going to have a fucking clunker like they did against the Falcons the week before. But I was concerned about a bounce-back game from Minshew. He uses his feet. He uses his legs. He'll step up in the pocket and run to the line of scrimmage and heave one down the field. He'll roll out. He'll do things that our quarterback wouldn't do. So I was a little concerned. And he's got talented weapons around him. Their stud running back was back, and I was concerned. I thought this was the biggest matchup between the two that they'd had left. I thought the donkey game, if they got there on the run, would absolutely be a win. I 100% believed that. I believed you would ride the hype and the momentum through that game into the postseason. But I see a lot of people and a lot of content creators are working the spin of the offsides call against Jones and some of the officiating calls and shit like that, and I get it. The season's over. You need clicks. You need to go out and make that shit. And even Spleeve had mentioned it in our Raider Reaction chat and had showed me something another content creator had made. What do you think about this? I'm like, I get it. I get that spin. I get if you want to feel that burn. I get that the officiating wasn't the best, and it hasn't been the best this season, and I think it's something the NFL as a whole needs to deal with. These guys need to be full-time. They don't need to be part-time fucking attorneys and shit. They need to be perfecting their craft in the off-season. Go to fucking workshops and, get together, have a fucking group huddle, sit around, have little group meetings, therapy sessions. I don't know what the fuck to get better. But you should be perfecting your craft. This is the pinnacle of the, dude, fuck what? You generate $20 billion a year in revenue and you can't pay these motherfuckers 7 figures each? So they ain't got to do anything else? I mean, I get it. I get the burn. But man, listen, I sat and watched that game. And I sat and watched that game as a fucking objective football fan just watching the game. And we were talking about it in the Raider Reaction chat the whole time as we were watching the game. And I'm sitting here watching it, and at no time did we're just sitting here and like, this fucking offense is hard to watch. They're not doing anything. And, I didn't think at any point that team was ready to take that game over. They just kept clunking along on offense. So the fact that you're trying to pin the loss on a fucking offsides call on a field goal. Dude, they gotta score more fucking points to win games. That's not why you lost a fucking game. You lost because you can't put points on the fucking board. You can't get your ass in the end zone. That's why you lost. Fuck me, man. Quit making every month. They scored 23 fucking points. And you're crying about a fucking field goal? An offsides on a fucking field goal. Get out of here, man. That ain't why they lost the fucking game. They lost the fucking game because the quarterback sucks. The offense is fucking anemic. You got a fucking guy who's nothing but a position coach masquerading as an offensive coordinator who don't know if he should be in the booth, he should be on the sidelines. Dude, if you don't know where you're supposed to be calling the fucking plays, that tells me something right there. That tells me you're not comfortable with what you're doing. You were on the sideline one week. Oh, I'm going to try this. Why are you trying that? Because you weren't comfortable with what you were doing to begin with. So when you start trying shit and changing shit like that midstream, it's just doomed for failure. It's just doomed for failure. It's just unfortunate. It's 23 points, and I see all these, everybody out there making every fucking excuse in the world. Dude, there's no excuse. The Raiders lost this game. They straight up played like shit. The defense only allowed 23 points. In the National Football League, if your fucking defense only allows 23 points, you should be bringing home the W, especially on the road. God damn. You've had fucking offsides calling a fucking field goal is the reason you lost. Dude, you don't lose games by one ticky-tack bullshit fucking call like that towards the end of a game. That's not how you lose games. You lose games because you didn't take care of business way the fuck before that. That's like a fucking boxer whining about the motherfucking cards. Goes the fucking distance and then wants to whine because you lost the belt on one fucking point. Why didn't you knock him out the fucking 12 rounds you were out there fucking jerking him off? You can't wait till the end and then cry because one little thing didn't go your way. Step on the throat. Finish opponents. Put up more than 20 fucking points. 20 points don't win games in the National Football League. It just don't. I don't care. It just don't. It's not enough. You can grab one every once in a while, but you're not going to do that consistently. You can't. That's not a consistent way to live. You ain't going to get fed and get into the postseason with that fucking philosophy and coming in with that game plan. It fucking failed again. It failed again in Indianapolis to the fucking My Little Ponies and some fucking douchebag quarterback who wears fucking Daisy Dukes. It's like a cheap 70s porn star. We lost to those guys. Jesus fucking Christ. All right, moving along. Let's jump in the quarterback club, huh? Shall we? It's one of the last times we're gonna be hitting the club. That's for damn sure. I don't think we need to spend a lot of time in the club this week. Basically, what I would like to say that everybody's still in the club, all of y'all, it's last call, motherfuckers. It's last call for all three of y'all. All right? After the donkey games, clear out your fucking lockers, get whatever you need, your personal effects. Make sure we've got your contact info. That way, if you leave anything behind, we'll mail it. But get your shit, get the fuck out. This is last call. We're turning the lights off on the club. This QB club is fucking closed. You need to go. You're hot garbage. Okay? We tried to sprinkle fucking sprinkles and glitter all over that fucking turd. That failed. Jimmy G, I had a little hope for, but God, I still think they should have gave Jimmy G a shot with Bo and Antonio. But no, we went with the Super Trooper. And here we the fuck are. Here we the fuck are. After this weekend, you can all clear your shit. Get the fuck out.
Somebody call security.
Club's closed. Club's closed. Y'all got one more week. Enjoy the facilities. Enjoy the amenities. You're all about to be done. You're going to be turning in your fucking keys. Oh, boy. That's a fucking quarterback era I would just as soon forget. Damn. It's unfortunate when you got a guy like this on a franchise who is just an all-world talent, a generational talent for your team, a diamond in the rough, a rare jewel for your franchise, a guy that, again, this last game played every motherfucking defensive snap. I think it was the 9th time this season. This dude's a fucking animal. His motor doesn't stop. A generational player. He should be in the argument for Defensive Player of the Year, but I don't think he's going to be. Because, unfortunately, he's not going to be playing in the spotlight of the biggest games, the marquee games in the National Football League. He's not. He's not going to get the attention. He's not going to get the notoriety that other guys are getting because he's not going to be playing on the level of other players. He's not going to be competing in the postseason and doing the things that we know that Max Crosby can do. He's one of the few guys in this league that puts fear in this motherfucker. He's one of the few. He's gotten to Patrick Mahomes more than anybody in the National Football League. He knows what he can do. It's just unfortunate to see a guy like this who should be performing on the biggest stage of the National Football League again be relegated and sent home at the beginning of January. Not even a chance to dip his toe into the postseason. You got to get this guy in next year. I really think it's mission critical with this franchise, man. I really do. You've got great fucking players. Devontae Adams and Max Crosby is still a young dude, generational player. You got to put people around this guy. You have turning the corner of a great defense. This is a legit defense with a legit defensive coordinator. And if you can keep these guys together and continue to grow this, whoever you bring in at head coach, I think it needs to be one of the stipulations. Like, listen, we want to keep the defense together. And, if you're coming in, defensive coordinator, it stays. Until we see reason for change, we would like to go with this. And that has happened before. There have been plenty of head coaches that come in. I know it's not always the way it goes. Usually when a head coach comes in, they scrap and they want to bring in their own staff, but it's not always the way. If it is laid out there at the beginning of the interview process, listen, we know that we believe we have a great defense in the making, and we want you to be in charge of that great defense and that coordinator and help build the offense, but we want to keep that defense together. And I don't see why there is why that can't be pulled off. I honestly don't. If it's Antonio, obviously Patrick Stain. I don't think that's going to be even an issue. But if there is change, and it's a distinct possibility, I think they're going to go through the full interview process. I don't think Antonio gets it. I think if you made it into the postseason on a run, I think you would have the fan base would have forced the hand. You would have got signed. After not doing it to Rich Bisaccia, I don't think. Oh man, the fucking PR nightmare would be fucking horrible. I honestly think it would be forced by emotion, and the fan base would 100% force the hand, and they would sign it. They would have signed him. I do truly believe it. I think it was in Antonio's hands. If he ran the fucking table and got in the postseason, he would have got his contract. I really do. Now they're going to go through the interview process. They got to get Max. It's mission critical to get Max and some of these guys on this team into the postseason, and Max in general. You can't waste a talent like this guy, man. We just can't. He's got to get in there one way or another. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about draft picks. I've seen some of you guys in the comments already out there talking about it. I want to say what's up to our folks in the comments. Not what's up to you. I know I'm pointing in your direction. Easy. Pump the brakes, little fella. Damn, Robert, what's that face about, dog? What's that face about? Oh, I even had some stats pulled up. Hold on. I didn't get to that. Before I jump off the Mad Max topic, well, I still got his picture up there. Mad Max is officially number 5 right now on the all-time Raiders sacks list. He's right behind the pickle, Bill Pickel. 53 sacks as a Raider. Anthony Smith, 57.5 sacks. Howie Long, 84 sacks. Greg Townsend, 107.5 sacks. Mad Max sitting with 51. So he is, like I said, a generational player, and he needs to be dipping his toe into the postseason. And the National Football League needs this guy in the postseason. Mark, you got to get your shit together. Get this fucking thing pointed in the right direction. That's all I got to say. That's the last note on Mad Max. All right, let's talk draft picks, shall we? Because I have seen some of you guys talking about it, and it is obviously the fucking topic du jour now, because it is the next blip on the fucking radar on what my shit just went off here for. What are you here for? You guys, come on. God damn. All right. It is the next topic du jour. It is the draft. Where are we at in the draft? Where are we picking? Who are we going to get? Right now, Vegas is sitting at number 11. There's obviously going to still be movement. We've got one more week, but not a ton of movement. It's not going to be a ton of movement. You may get 10 or 9 at the best because you got 3 teams with Atlanta and Chicago. You're all sitting at the same record right now. So there is a possibility of some minor movement, but not a lot. Right now, you're sitting at 11. Now, you also, obviously, those aren't the only picks. Number 1 is the one that, this is the sexy pick, it's the one everybody talks about. But I wanted to talk about the fact you got this number 2 pick back here, under here, wherever, around here somewhere. This number 2 pick number 42. Because with the number 1 pick, you're at 11 now. Obviously, that's subject to change. Could go up and down by a pick or 2. But at number 11 and number 42, I think those 2 picks right there, coupled together, I think this is where you could possibly point your franchise in the right direction for the future. It's got to be quarterback and offensive line. I think having those 2 picks that close together, being that high up in the second round, you got an opportunity to get some amazing talent. Now, if you think you can work some draft day magic, and there's the possibility, because there are some guys, some talented quarterbacks with this deep fucking quarterback pool, man. There's like 7 or 8 guys that I could peg that you have the possibility to say, hey, there is a possibility that guy could be a franchise guy. 7 to 8 of them. This is a deep fucking talent pool. You can make a strong argument for all of those guys. Now, there are some of those guys you can make strong arguments against as well. But, You don't know until they get into the National Football League when you're talking about these highly touted recruits, these quarterback recruits. So we'll see, man. It's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting. But I think you got to go quarterback. Take a stab. You got to try and get that franchise quarterback. You haven't really taken a stab in the draft at a franchise quarterback, a serious stab since Jawalris. It's time to take that jump, that leap of faith again. You've got to do it. But I think you back it up. I think you back it up with that number 42 pick in the second round with the offensive lineman to help protect him. To add to a pretty good offensive line. I know the offensive lines catch some heat. This year they were a little banged up down the stretch. Colton Miller was out, but let's not forget, healthy Colton Miller's a goddamn good fucking left tackle. Munford really stepped in and shown he's got something. You've got some talent across this line. This isn't a garbage offensive line. So if you can add some more youth to this line, add some more depth to it to help protect your hopefully mobile franchise quarterback that you're bringing in, I think that's where you got to go 1 and 2. Now, we'll talk about further down the draft because we got a whole off season, baby, to talk about that. Trust me, we got fucking time. We don't need to get into it tonight. But I think 1 and 2 are where you can really change the direction of this franchise. You've got a great defense if you keep things together and don't do something stupid. It's working in the direction of elite. You got a great defense. They've turned the corner. The good defensive coordinator that has this team bought into his scheme and working together. You just add more pieces to it, man. You've got linebackers now. You've got a fucking defensive line across there that's really come around. Kuntz, Tyree, a whole nother offseason of Tyree getting healthy and getting that explosiveness back, getting back to that guy that you drafted. Can't wait, man. I can't wait. Get you maybe take another stab at a veteran corner. Maybe go try draft one. Bring in a couple guys. There's going to be guys out there. You've got solid safeties. I like Morig. I like Epps. I think you bring both those guys back. So defensively, you're looking good. I think you can make a big splash. I think Josh is gone. I think you're going to draft another running back, a project this year. Zeus is going to get his shot. I'll give him Zeus. He's made me eat some fucking crow. I question him. I didn't think he was the guy, but I'll give him Zeus. He's Zeus going forward. He earned his nickname with some big fucking games down the stretch. It definitely was not Zeus White's fault that the team didn't make it in, that's for sure. The infamous Billy James. I'm questioning it too, man. I question it too, Billy. I question it too, brother. Draft picks. I think it's all about 1 and 2. I know there's a lot. Obviously, there's talent to be had. That's all the way through. You got a corner you need to get in there. Get some more O-line depth. You maybe grab a project speeder wide receiver. Maybe a big body for some corner throws or something. There's a lot of stuff that you need. Still, you need another young linebacker. There's a lot of stuff that you need. But I think 1 and 2, you need to get your franchise quarterback and one of his protectors for the future. It's my 2 cents on the draft. We'll be talking about it. We'll have plenty of time. We'll have whole shows on the fucking draft. We're just dipping our toes in the draft. Just dipping. And the last thing I'll say about the draft is if there's a possibility that you can work some fucking magic because guys are going to fall, guys are going to trickle down. If you go and get, if you think there's one of these generational offensive fucking linemen out there, like that big motherfucker from Penn State that's just got fucking silky smooth feet for a dude way too big to be that silky smooth on his feet. If you just see somebody like that, you're just like, damn. And you figure that some of these guys that trickle down at quarterback and maybe you can grab them at the second spot. If you can figure out how to be fucking Kevin Costner and pull out some draft day bullshit, I don't care. Offensive lineman, quarterback. Or quarterback offensive lineman. But I think you got to get the quarterback first. But there is a possibility. You can pull off some wicked shit. Maybe you spend that fucking second pick into something higher up into the first round and you grab it. Hey, whatever. I still think the first pick need to be quarterback and offensive lineman. That's where I'm staying. That's where I'm staying. I don't care what you say, Chad. I'm not going to change my mind. I change my mind sometimes. Sponsors Cool Kid in the newsletter. Let's do some fucking shameless advertising, shall we? It's that time. Put on my fucking Billy Mays hat and let's get after it. Sponsors Cool Kids in the newsletter. Cool kids in the audience like AAA, Chad, the infamous Billy James, Super Mario. Who else we got out there? I've seen some of you other guys. Robert Paul. We can't forget fucking big sexy Robert Paul. Who else we got? Fucking Double D out there. Dale. Who else we got? JoJo the Wolf. Fucking gazillion month subscriber. All you guys, appreciate you all. Appreciate you all. If you want to be one of the cool kids, like these guys, and have the fucking cool ass badges, be in the inner circle group, all you gotta do is go to RaiderReaction.com. There's a subscriber page, tells you all about being a subscriber. Hit the button right there, it'll send you right to where you can become a subscriber. Or right around this video that you're watching right now, you can hit that button with the little shield, or it says subscribe, or you can go right to the top of our Facebook page. There's a blue button that says subscribe. Hit that button. Become a subscriber. You're automatically entered in our monthly raffles to enter every fucking prize pack that we give away, or whatever we give away that we're doing that month. We are doing a raffle this month, though. It will not be this Thursday, though. It's going to be it's going to be next Thursday, the 11th. This month. It will be January 11th this month because I'm waiting on a couple items that are coming in that just didn't make it. So let's freaking if you want to be a subscriber, hit that. And while you're at the website, scroll to the fucking bottom of any page, throw your fucking name in there or your email address in there, hit the button, and get registered for our newsletter, which is coming out very, very soon. I'm finishing up the newsletter. I've got a bunch of shit I want to get in it because I have a bunch of shit planned for January. Off season coming, whole new schedule, things are going to change. So we've got all of that. So cool kids in the newsletter. And while you're there, right on the homepage, you're going to see the sponsor, Clear Live Streams, man. They're the best, dude. I'm still watching. I've got some college basketball. Is that the Raiders game? No, it's not. Okay. I thought that was the fucking Raiders game they were replaying in there. No, they were playing the Cowboys and Colts. But I've got two of the TVs going in here on the Clear Live Streams. We've got them on all of our TVs. And if you're not using them, you're not hooked up, man. You need to get hooked up. So hit that button, and it'll take you right to their Instagram. You send them a direct message to, I need the hookup. Seeing you on Raider Reaction, and I need the hookup. There you go. Sponsors, Cool Kids, and the newsletter. Become a cool kid, man. Next Thursday, we're doing the raffle, and I got some new goodies to give away. I got new fuck censorship bracelets in. Got new fuck your team stickers in, and I got some other new goodies coming in as well. And we'll be doing some t-shirt giveaways and all that stuff. So, yes. All right, let's talk Donkey preview. Let's talk Donkey preview, shall we? It is it's the last ride in Allegiant this season. You got Jarrett Stidham, the scab quarterback from last year, coming in. I don't know if he's got ill will or if he's got a fire in his belly for the Raiders. Fuck, who knows? But this streak needs to continue. That's the only thing. The streak of dominance against the Broncos team that dominated the Raiders for quite a period of time is a great thing. And it's something that I think they can hang their hat on at the end of this season. It's a positive moment that you can take into the offseason. So I think this game has a little bigger context around it than a lot of people want to think. It's not just a meaningless game. These are division rivals, and it's a division rival that you hold a very dominant streak over currently. You own that ass right now. You own that fucking donkey ass. They cannot, they're tied to a fucking tree and they can't go nowhere. They're owned. And it would just be nice to end this season keeping that intact. You don't want to lose to a guy. You know, they've got all this drama with Russell Wilson, the NFLPA, the collective bargaining agreement. They have violated so much shit. They've got a lot of drama right now in-house. And they're running out of quarterback who hasn't played all fucking year for them. It's, to have them walk away with a win and a feel-good moment in your house at the end of the year, it's just a terrible, leaves such a bad taste in your fucking fan base's mouth. You just can't have that. You got to give this one to your fan base. There's just certain wins in the season that come along with the ebbs and flows of the season. Tony Montana apparently wanted to speak. There are just certain times, certain games during the season that you just got to win for your fan base. And it's based on the ebbs and flows of the season and how it goes. But this one at the end here, it just turned out to be a big one. Antonio Pierce wants to leave a positive impression walking out the door at the end of this season. Right now, there's a bad taste in the mouth of your fan base. There's a bad taste in ownership's mouth. Everybody remembers just dying in the Colts house. That's the last lasting memory right now. You don't want that. You were king motherfucking top of the mountain last week. Now this week you're king shit. That's just how it works in the National Football League. And you need to come up off the king shit fucking moniker a little bit and improve that this week. So it's a big game for AP to go out there and look good and finish on a positive note for his interview process he's about to go through to possibly become the permanent head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. So you've got that. Obviously, Aiden O'Connell would like to go out there and finish with a last positive start as the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't think he's the starting quarterback at the beginning of the season next year. I would be shocked as fuck. There is an outside chance that they do keep him, though. Or not an outside chance. I think there's a positive chance that they keep him because of, he's cheap. He was drafted low. They're probably going to keep him. But there is an outside chance that he could possibly be the starter next year. If you draft your franchise quarterback, maybe you want to give your franchise quarterback a week or two to see how things go on the sidelines before you thrust him in there, and maybe you lean on Aiden at the beginning of the year. So there is that outside possibility. So I don't think it's a 100% given, even though I want to throw him out the motherfucking club, that it's the last time you're going to see Aiden start for the Silver and Black. They may need a transitional quarterback. I don't know. It depends on who the head coach is. Maybe a new head coach comes in, implements a whole new system with his quarterback, and they're rolling week one, and Aiden is in the fucking rearview mirror, and he ain't even thinking about that kid. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell, man. It's going to be a strange offseason. That's for damn sure. But for this game, man, this is just one you owe. You owe your fan base. The donkey streak must continue. The donkey must go down this weekend in Allegiant Stadium. Donkey down. It has to happen again. I need to see all four legs in the fucking air stiff by the end of this motherfucking game. Stiff donkeys. All over Allegiant Stadium. That's the lasting impression I want. Is, whooped your ass for so many fucking seasons, I don't even remember how many now. That's the only thing I want. If you're a fucking donkey fan, just give him the fucking hand. Like, how many seasons in a row now? Yeah, you're right. And they'll just walk off. That's the end of it. That's just a trump card. I want that trump card. Give me that. You gave us the Chiefs game. Great Sparklers game. Those are nice. Got those. There's some nice moments of the season. Did have some positive, bright moments here and there. It wasn't a totally miserable season to watch. We've had those where it's just painful. Oh my God, you gotta pry yourself to go watch it every week because you just know it's gonna hurt and be painful. It hasn't been that bad. I was the beginning half was a little rougher than the second half. Second half had its losing streak and had the 0-3 game. So it's been a rough ride. It's been a colorful ride. Win the donkey game, man. Do it for your fans. Do it for your pride. End on a positive. Take that into the off season. It's not the record you wanted, but it's pretty close to 500. It's about as close as you can be with not being with this goofy fucking odd schedule they have now. Ain't no more 8-8s. Just beat the donkeys. Just beat the donkeys. And this leads into the big question. And I think it's the burning question. A lot of people are sold. A lot of people are sold that Antonio Pierce is the guy. They think the combination of him and Kelly are it. They're sold. And I get it. I can see why you would be sold. But to me, Antonio Pierce has been nothing more than a really great motivational speaker for the Raiders. He's motivated the team. He's rallied the team. He's built a fire within the team. And has been a great motivational speaker and a great manager for this team. I don't know if he's necessarily been a stellar head coach. He didn't build the team. He didn't implement his game plan on offense and defense. He was basically rolling with the punches and filling in for a position for a guy who was fired. We have to be realistic about the position and what he was doing. Now, has he done very well with what he's been given? Yes, I think he has. And I think the Chiefs game is the gold star that he's going to put on his on-the-field resume that he brings in. Is that gold star. You've got the great game against the Chargers. It was still a great game for your franchise in prime time. And, I mean, everybody saw it. The world saw the sparklers. They saw Smurf Village burned to the motherfucking ground right in front of them. They saw charred little fucking Smurfs running everywhere. Oh, my God! Smurf Village! They seen it. They seen it. It was courtesy of these guys. They seen it. So you have some positive things. But you have a very suspect resume for what you were bringing in ahead of time. And all you have to add to that is what you have on the field for the Raiders this year. So did you do enough to outweigh the fact that you've really never done anything in your coaching profession before to warrant you even being here, other than being the positional coach that you were? Somebody had to stand in for McDaniels. You were chosen to be the fall guy, probably. And you took the best of it. You grabbed that ball and ran with it. And I think he did very well. But did he do enough to warrant winning the job? And I think that's the question. That's the $1 million question. I don't know. I don't know if he did or not. I'm still on the fence. I'm really on the fence. When you had the 3-game skid with Miami, let's just look at it as a whole, all right? He took the reins of the 2 New York games. The Giants came out and tried to stand up fucking Danny Dimes like a fucking cardboard cutout. And he fucking fell apart. And then after that, they had no plan. They didn't have DeVito ready to come in, ready to go. He came in, but he wasn't the guy that he ended up being for a flash in the pan minute. They were a fucking team that was falling apart right at that exact second in time. So you caught a completely wounded animal and thrashed him. And so then everybody had all this feel good after you just whooped a team that fucking anybody should have been able to coach the Raiders and win. And then you got the Jets, who were an abomination. You also caught at a train wreck period where they were switching quarterbacks in and out, and they were at a really bad time right then in their season. And you won that game. Not in really spectacular fashion, but you won that one. Then, everybody's feeling good, and you go to Miami. Defense really kept him in the game. Offense blew that one. So you're still feeling good about Antonio because the defense really had him in the game and really slowed down an offensive juggernaut. So now you're thinking, well, what do we got here? And then you had the Chiefs game. Chiefs game, he looked completely outcoached by Andy Reid. Didn't even look like he should be in the game. It was poorly coached, no adjustments. So now you're questioning again. So you figure you're going into the bye week. You got the Vikings coming out. They're playing with fucking Mr. Bigglesworth at quarterback. You should be able to probably beat them, right? And then you got the 0-3 game, one of the worst offensive games I've seen from the Raiders in recent history. And we've seen some fucking clunkers, and that was a bad one. That's fucking floating right in the bowl with the rest of the turds. So then that's 3 games in a row, and you had 2 weeks to prepare for that fucking absolute abomination that you came out with to get the Vikings. So then, of course, I come out, I'll have a fucking half a fucking meltdown, make some podcasts, put some clips out on TikTok and all this shit, and then all of a sudden, oh damn, well, Thursday Night Football, 4 fucking days later, they pop up, and now they're a fucking juggernaut, put up 60 some points, and nobody knows anything. We're all fucking morons again. And then you got the Chiefs game, and we're all like, holy fuck, is this guy for real? Where's that 3-game skid, the 0-3 game? Now you're going to pull a 63, and you're going to beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead on Christmas Day? Is this guy the Raiders' savior? Holy fuck, what the hell's going on? And then you go out and you have this game against the Colts. Just poorly called. It just didn't look like you belonged in there. Your game planning was bad. Your use of time was bad. I don't know where I'm at. Okay? He's a great motivational speaker. He's done great rallying the troops in a fucked up weird season. But is he the guy going forward? I don't know, man, and I don't know if he's sold that yet. I don't. And to be a head coach, you've got to have influence over the offensive side of the ball and help influence a great offense. You got to have influence over the defensive side of the ball and help influence a great defense. You got to have influence over the special teams and help influence a great special teams. You got to be able to mentor the player. You got to be able to do so much. It's not just being the motivational speaker and maybe being a positional coach or a coordinator or that type of guy that does that. You sometimes you got to be more than that. This is the question. I don't know. I am fucking firmly on the fence with Antonio Pierce. Standing right in the middle. Sitting one leg on each side. Woo! If it's not a picket fence, that's just going to hurt. We get an ER trip. Fucking change your life. In a bad way. I'm not on the fence like that, but I'm on the fence. Is he the guy? I don't know. That leads me right in to my closing segment. Is he the guy? I don't know if he's the guy. I want him to go through the entire interview process. I want him to make sure. I want him to do their due diligence. Because I'm sick of this percentage of fans that's just okay with failure. Oh, it's all right. We support the team no matter what, and we'll root for them, win, lose, or tie. And and I get it. It's Raider Nation for life. I'm not going nowhere. Ain't nobody here walking no motherfucking plank. I ain't fucking showing up fucking next season wearing fucking purple or fucking green or fucking baby blue or some other stupid dumbass color, looking like some fucking half tard, some window liquor. No. So pump the fucking brakes. But, dude, I was 8, okay? I'm getting ready to turn 49 years old. I was 8 when I watched them win the Super Bowl last time. I'm a diehard fan, but I'm sick of fucking failure. Okay, I'm sick of the Raiders and this franchise being a fucking punchline for other teams. I'm sick of being a fucking, just a stepping stone on the way to the postseason for the Queefs every fucking year. And if you're one of those fans that's okay with that, I guess we just don't hang out in the same clique of this fucking fan base. And that's okay, because they're cliques of Raider Nation just like every other fucking family reunion. That's why we stray a little to the dark side over here at Raider Reaction. I don't get accepting mediocrity and not expecting more from your team. Some of the posts that I see and just the utter acceptance. It's embarrassing to me, dude. I'm a diehard fan. I rock my fucking gear year round. I don't like it when people fucking make fucking shitty little comments to me and snide little comments to me. Fuck you. You know, I want to be proud of the franchise and the team. I don't understand accepting mediocrity, and that's all I hope. Is somehow this offseason Mark Davis can find the mentor, the confidant, whoever he needs to help be the football mind. To him, it seems to be a decent businessman. I mean, he's grown the wealth of the Raiders, although I think any fucking NFL franchise that you stuck in Las Vegas, quite frankly, would have be fucking worth more. I'm sorry. Any NFL brand that you stuck in Vegas would have been successful. So I don't know how much I want to stroke Mark on that one, really, honestly. I mean, let's be realistic. The NFL won a franchise there. They use the Raiders. We've now you've basically mortgaged the home field advantage to have this beautiful corporate stadium. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's fucking corporate stadium. It's corporate stadium. And you got to change that culture somehow. It can't be corporate stadium. It's supposed to bring fear, man. It's supposed to be fucking blue collar. You're supposed to be scared to come in that motherfucker. Not be coming in and putting your fucking feet up. Fuck that. Accepting mediocrity is the type of mindset that allows that type of shit. Fuck that. If you're that type of fan, I don't get it. Expect better. Demand better. If you're a season ticket holder at PSL, send a fucking email. See what the fuck? I'm spending all this money. I expect better next year. Maybe if they get one from fucking everybody, that'll do something. I don't know. Probably not. Fuck, I bitch on here every week. What's it do? Nothing. Thank you for joining me. Each and every damn one of you. You guys are the shit, man. I appreciate you all. Every damn one of you guys, man. We do got a lot planned. We got a lot planned. I've got some new things coming. Fight Night's coming back. Last Raider Red. Thank you all, man. You guys are throwing stars. You guys are the shit. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Bunch of you guys throwing stars tonight, man. You fuck have to dance for you. I ain't showing no nipples. We draw a line here. There's a strict no nipple policy at Raider Reaction. That's for the after party. No. You can let's keep it under covers down there, little fella. It's alright. Thank y'all for joining us, man. We appreciate you. We got a lot planned. We're going to be rolling into off-season mode. After the next Raider Nation report, I got the next Raider Nation report. The next Hardcore Challenge Live that backs up after that on Wednesday will be my wrap-up for the fantasy leagues. Because both leagues will be done. So, we're heading into off-season mode within the next week or two. Well, about a week and a half, before the next 2 weeks. Off-season mode will have begun. We'll start planning our off-season fun while the rest of the fucking league gets to play. Fucking bullshit, man. I'm sick of it, Raider Nation. I'm sick of it, and I know y'all are too. That's why you're here with me. I'm out. Peace, love, Raider Nation.